Well, a very good afternoon, everybody. This is ZMH 286, a Gulf Harbour Radio. Tricia and David on a very spongy day. I've used that word for a while because it has been so nice. But today and yesterday, as you heard, it has not been very pleasant at all. In fact, today has been quite grim, but it has stayed the same all day. Blustery, 15 knots of westerly wind, 15 to 18. 21 degrees, it was 20 this morning at 7 o'clock. It hasn't changed very much. 1014.7, exactly the same pressure, and of course 100% cloud cover. It is just miserable, and I can really work out why you guys are all on your way north. Okay, David says, but it's just one of those grey days. Not very pleasant here at all.
We have to suck it up.
Yeah, suck it up, he says. All right, let's see who we've got out there. Let's start with Moana Roa. It looks like fairly pleasant conditions. Moana Roa, Gulf Harbour Radio.
Gulf Harbour Radio,
Oh, you've got a most fantastic radio. That's very, very good. I'm using my own antenna here rather than the one up at Kaio because I don't need to use that one. You are booming in despite the noise in the suburban area that we live in. Go ahead, and I hope all is going well, Richard. Oh, clear skies. Well, that would be nice. Boy, you've had it quite pleasant, haven't you? Must be a special weather for Lynn. I'll just repeat that in case anybody is in your skip. 3034 south, 17540 east, Moana Roa on their way to Fiji. Steering true north, 4 to 4.5 knots, boat speed. West, well, I tell you what, you would prefer our westerly wind here, although it is a bit gusty, but certainly a bit stronger than your 7 to 10 knots. Southwest swell of 1 metre and clear skies. And David wants the microphone.
Well,
stand by.
I have. Yeah, hi, Richard. Since we got you on the line here, just looking at tomorrow, moving you up to about 28 south. Still light air. You're almost in the center of the high pressure system that we've got. Actually, a beautiful passage for you too, just like the ones that preceded you. So tomorrow, not much, variable, 5 to 10 knots, if that. Could be virtually from any direction since we've just got basically rotary winds at that point. And moving you up to about 25 south, 25-30 maybe on Wednesday, just a guess. Looking at easterlies about 10 to 15, so you're starting to move away from the center of that high. And then come Thursday, I'm putting you at about 21 degrees, 30 minutes, and the wind is going to pick up a wee bit, about 15 to 20 knots, and still easterly, still pretty much give or take on the easterly, but that's roughly the case. There is a tropical depression. It's not going to bother you. Right now, I would say it's about 15 degrees by 170 east. Fortunately, it's moving south, appears to be moving south. Obviously, cyclonic winds being a tropical depression. And we're looking at 40 to 45 knots in this, but with luck, you will not be fazed by this at all. So that's all I've got. Unless you have any other questions, I'll give it back to Patricia.
That's all copy. That's good. We saw that on the radio performing, and I wasn't really concerned, but we feel it's going to take south, and then when we get up there, we should be well to the east of that.
will that depression be to the east?
I didn't hear what you said.
Will that depression be to the east?
The depression that I've just talked about, it looks like it'll probably want to go southeast, but as it's very slowly going to the south, you're going north. So I don't really think that you're going to have to worry about it at all. Do you have an ETA? You're going to Savu Savu, I think. Do you? Well, wherever. Tell me where it is that you're going to arrive, and give me an approximate date, an approximate ETA, just roughly. Over.
Yeah, we were thinking we'd probably be arriving on Monday. We can maintain a 5 knots under power.
Under power, 5 knots Monday.
Okay, hang on here. I'm taking a look. I'm going to give it back to Patricia while I take a quick look here. Hang fire.
Okay, and while he's doing that, I'll just, there's a few others stuck in that lightish wind at the moment. Just a bit to your northeast is Kitzel from Germany, and east of you is Vivace from New Zealand. Great Escape below you. And, oh no, where are you? Got you lost now. You know, all these little red spots, it's a bit hard to keep track of them. Hang on.
All right, the models, needless to say, are in a bit of disagreement, as you would expect, going out quite a bit. We're looking at really a week away, but one of the models is looking at easterly winds around 16, 17 knots, gusting 23, maybe up to 25, but easterly. So that's not too bad. The other model is a little bit lighter. I would say it's looking at in the up northern Coral Sea area about 10 knots in the mean, maybe 10 to 15 knots like that. So really not too bad. That depression that I talked about is nowhere near you at all. So no worries that I could see. And you did say Savu Savu, didn't you? Over.
Yeah, we're at the rules situations at this point. Beaver could be one or something what the original. We're just basically here.
Oh, okay, no problem. All right, we'll keep tracking you since we have such outstanding radio reception. So we'll follow you closely and just keep me up to date on your progress, and we'll try to keep you up to date on what the various models are trying to say. So look forward to that. Okay, anything else? Over.
Okay, and keep a watch out for the boat coming up. They're only about an hour behind you at the moment. It's a small boat, 11 metres, so doing a little bit slower than you actually. It's a boat from Britain called Ancala, A-N, separate word, C-A-L-A, and they're pretty close to you, coming up probably on your port side if they do crack on the whip a little bit, but they certainly are quite close, so keep a watch out for them overnight, but you're both going the same speed, so you'll probably be still ahead of them in the morning. So it's always good to know that somebody is around. Okay, we'll clear with you and go back to a general call for anybody with anything. Please come now. Oh, you've got a good signal again, Bruce. A good afternoon to you. And I hear you did call in yesterday on the Hamnet, but not too many people are on the Hamnet on a Sunday. We certainly aren't. We head off to our shooting club. But yeah, good signal, and you're certainly going quite well by the look of it. Go ahead with your position, over.
Yes, indeed. So position we've got is 24 degrees, 19 south, and 177 east. And our speed is 80.5 knots, course of 007 true. Wind has been, luckily has been increasing. We're currently seeing about 17 to 20 knots from 140. which has contributed to our great growth speed here in the last 3-4 hours. So, we couldn't do the net yesterday because we just, as Doug gets, we finished a nice walk. And so you know how it is when all hands are trying to work to get it
A good wahoo. Oh, that's always good fun. And yes, all hands on deck for such events. I'm just going to pass the microphone.
Yeah, Bruce, I bet that was a fight and a half. Moving you north by tomorrow, I'm putting you roughly 22 degrees south. The winds look like 15 to 20 knots. Give it an easterly quadrant, give or take on that direction, but in any case, a very good direction for you on Wednesday. Putting you at about 19 degrees, 30 minutes, or somewhere around there. Winds do pick up. Easterlies about 20 to 25. And then on Thursday, I've got you roughly 17 south, and the wind's still 20 to 25. And that tropical depression that I mentioned before is not going to bother you either. That hopefully will stay well enough to the west that it won't be a worry for you. Fiji, for anybody who's listening, the Fiji Met Service has got a strong wind warning out for all of the passes, Vatuira Pass, Kandavu Pass, and also the Asawas, the Northern Lao group, and northern Vanuatu waters, all the waters around the Big Island there. And looking at east to southeast winds, 20 to 25 knots. The seas obviously are going to be pretty rough, and the outlook for the waters around Fiji, they come down a little bit. We're looking still at about easterlies, maybe 15 to 20 knots. By Saturday, you should be in by then, but anybody who's going to be in around Saturday, which would be, what is Saturday, the 20, well, whatever Saturday is, basically next Saturday, you could expect an active trough that is going to be running through eastern New Cal, going right through the middle of Vanuatu and right smack dab through Fiji. So that's going to be bring some rather interesting winds and rain and squalls and so forth. But we'll track that and see how close the models get to its actual location and the dates that it will actually form. So, any questions? That's all I've got for you. Over.
Thanks, David. We think we'll be ended in around by Thursday, and we just have to traverse that Kandavu path, see what kind of wind throws at us, and what should have good angle on it.
All right, and keep a good watch out over the next couple of hours, because about 9 miles on 045 from you, 9 miles, you have the boat Trickster. They're going slower than you by a long way, 4 knots on a course of 358, but they're currently at 2405 and 17725, so you will pass them in the not too distant future, so keep a lookout for Trickster. Okay, we'll clear with Wild Orchid. Is there anybody else?
Laura.
Oh, hello, Laris. Go ahead. I've seen you there somewhere, but you can tell me where you are. Over.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Timothy Laura. This is 2941 We're going on very nicely in beautiful weather. Wind is following sea and wind of about 12 knots. Wind of about 12 knots at 200 magnetic, cruising between 5 and 5.5 knots, and basically waiting for the wind to drop where we acclimated towards the east,
Okay, I have Laris at 2941 South, 17806 East, doing 5.5 by the look of it, 5.5, and I can't even work out what I've got here, 200 magnetic, about 12 knots on the wind's direction of 200 magnetic. So you probably heard what we've just been talking about. Have you got any specific questions, over?
No, we're all good. We can see what's coming up in the next few days, and we'll keep an eye on everything as we do. Over.
Okay, and I've got you there. Quite a few British boats all left at the same time. You must have all been talking together. Jubilate, if you know them, they're just breathing down the neck of New Caledonia at the moment. But yeah, I've got you there. Just it is quite light for a little bit, but you'll pick up as you get closer to Fiji.
Light air tomorrow.
Light air tomorrow, says David, but you probably know that. Over.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we're expecting to get better diesel tomorrow.
Oh well, you'll be able to fill up when you get there. Yes, I wonder what the price of diesel is like in Fiji, because boy, we got a fright when we came back from our holiday a couple of weeks ago and filled up. It's certainly gone up with a hiss and a roar in New Zealand. Okay, oh well, and a very good signal from you too. We're doing really well tonight for propagation. So good copy, but I missed your name, over.
Yes, this is Tim and Dion.
Okay, thanks, Tim, and yep, good sailing to you both. All right, clear with Laris. Is there anybody else? No, nothing heard. What lovely mellow conditions for, it's just been an amazing season. I guess the weather gods, Zeus and his mates, decided that after the long wait here in New Zealand, that they'd put on some decent passage weather, and it certainly has been fantastic. No nasty things to contend with. And there's quite a few people coming across from French Polynesia, of course, and they have got a bit of a frontal system to go through, but some of them are coming out the other side with some nice 18 to 20 knots of southeasterly breezes, so they'll be arriving in Savu as well. All right. And David, I think, is going to mention something. Here he is.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to affect you all that much, but by looking at the Thursday time frame of this week, looking at a latitude of about 25 degrees, roughly, the way the high is shaped, it's you're going to be on the northwesterly side of it as it makes its turn, and the winds are going to be pretty much northeast at that point, maybe east-northeast. So if you could make as much time as you can heading north toward Fiji, you'll be in pretty good shape. But if you dilly-dally a bit and get caught up in that part of the high, then I'm afraid the winds are not going to be very favorable for you. Not strong, but not a good direction either. But I think at the rate you're going, you should be north enough where that change in direction isn't going to affect you. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, I have somebody else calling, and I'm just going to try the other antenna. So try again, please, over. Oh my goodness, I think that's Sasha on Moondust, and I tell you what, Sasha, there's definitely something strange going on with your radio. I'm just going to ask Laris or anyone else that's listening further away, whether it's just a distance type thing. Did anyone hear that vessel calling? It's Moondust, over. Oh, Moonfish. I've got my moons messed up. So you are actually copying Moonfish, are you, over?
Yeah, I'm a reasonably good copy of it.
Oh, that's good. It's just the fact that it's one of these distance type things. So could you call Moonfish and just tell her that you have got a good signal? Over.
Your position.
She's not in here, sorry.
Yeah, really good signal at my end, so seems to be working well.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jeff, and sorry, Richard, and at least Sasha will know that once they get going, I'm not sure what their time schedule is, that the radio will be working at a distance. It's interesting, isn't it? The different, they are a catamaran, so I'm sure they have a whip antenna, but boy, we got so used to another catamaran that had a fantastic signal that that was Somerset, that I thought I'd be able to pick them up. But anyway, all good for Moonfish, so that's that one sorted out. Is there anybody else wanting to do a signal check? Please come now. Oh, hello, Somerset. I presume that's Paul. And you people are all done and dusted with the authorities by now. And whereabouts are you? Over.
We are and we should be leaving somewhere this week to the department. We are having a great time there. We're going to be exploring other bits and pretty much appreciate it. And I can also hear you fish.
Oh, that's good to know. So, Moonfish from Savu Savu, you are heard. So all you have to do is get the boat and get the paperwork done and head north. Okay, Paul, thank you for that report. So they'll be pleased that that is another thing that they can tick off the list. All right, and hello to all the family on board. Anything else, Paul? Over.
I just wanted to thank you to both Harbour for doing this, and what you're doing is really, really appreciative. I think Simon also sent you an email letting you know it's really, really nice what you're doing.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Yes, well, it is always good to get some feedback, and yeah, we do appreciate it. So thank you for those good words, and I hope you pop in and report from time to time. The other thing for you and everybody else is that, as you can see from Moonfish, there are some boats because of skip that we can't copy, so we always appreciate a relay if there is anything difficult. But at the moment, of course, there's just no difficult weather to talk about, so no one's having any problems. So thank you for that, and thanks to everybody that has made that comment. All right, that's it from us. It's getting quite dark here in New Zealand now, what with the cloud cover. So we will pull the plug. The frequency's all yours if anybody wants it. Have a very good evening for those at sea. And hopefully the wind is steady, even though it's a bit light down further south. And we'll talk to you all again tomorrow. Cheers all. Have a good night.